Audacious. I haven't done this in a minute. Let me not lie. It's been a couple months.
Yeah.
Took some time off. Started uni.
Yeah.
Besides uni, got another job. Started doing sales. So I just got caught up in everything. Had a few things I had to take care of as well. Personal life, and just a lot of things you have to fix. Like today, I brought Des along. You want to introduce yourself, Big Ben?
Hi. My name's Des, and I am a host at the Straighten Up podcast.
Mm.
And I know my boy here from a mutual friend.
The big man himself.
Yeah, the big man himself. Yeah, and I'm a plumber. What else? I gym a lot.
This guy's crazy to me. You think I'm bad? No, this one. yeah.
I think nowadays everyone's kind of crazy on the gym.
Yeah,
which is
but
good to
you see,
see.
but that's the thing. You have those that are crazy at the gym and those that live at the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like for me, I can say I fell off slightly, but every now and then, you know, a few tricks, you know.
Yeah.
I still don't know how you have legs like. Nah, bros, could never. But today I brought you along because I've seen that like the maturity that you have, and I honestly wanted to speak to someone a lot older. I'm not going to expose your age if you don't want to talk about it. We won't talk about it for obvious reasons. But he's a lot more older than me, so the maturity standard between the two would be a lot different. I think with this episode as well, the feedback I was given was that to let the guests talk a lot more, and that's what I can do with you. I can conversate where you speak, and I can just listen. But today, I just want to talk about growth and basically within men. And I know this is like a random-ass episode, but it's because I think over the last season or whatever we did, we talked too much about relationships.
Yeah.
This one, I want to we can dive into that, but I want to talk about like being a man and what it really means. I had an episode with Darko, which was The Way of a Superior Man, and it was through a book that he read and basically how he lives his life, but I want to see it through your eyes.
Okay.
So talk to me, Des. Like nowadays, things are starting to die down within the clubbing scene and within going out, or you could say, you know, going out. How does that make you feel, and what do you think, you know, is starting to change?
I think everyone has a period of time where they have that fun phase.
Yeah.
Right? Where you go out with your friends every weekend, and you don't really care about what's happening with your finances or anything like that. It's like, cool, I got that job secured. Cool, that's cool. I'm going to go out every weekend with my friends. But I think once you get to a certain age where it's like, I can't just be stuck here.
Yeah.
I'm not advancing. I think that's the stage where you're like, you know what, I need to pause on the fun and then work a little bit harder on the secure the bag.
Yeah.
And kind of go get what I want, what I really want. And so whether you have to change your careers or go for a, I don't know, something that you like personally, something that you're good at, and then maybe see if you can make you money.
Yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of people, when they reach that 25 and above, they hit that.
They hit that realization.
Yeah.
Nah, 100. And I completely understand that. At the current age, I am 21 in 2 months. Where were you sitting at my age?
Oh, man. I was broke, bro. Okay, I was on that journey. Now, my family is not exactly we're not rich, okay?
Yeah.
Came from the Congo. And pretty much I watched my dad take care of everyone, right? And to me, that was a man.
Yeah.
Right? He was doing his job. And so, in my eyes, when I turned 18, I was like, I gotta go. Now, I'm in a family of like 12.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Congolese have big families.
Big family.
That's
okay?
facts.
So with parents included, there's 12 of us. Now, since I'm the oldest boy, all right, in my eyes,
is the oldest one of your sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
One of my sisters. And from the stories my dad told me about when he was a young kid and what he did to find himself, I took it up on myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm 18. I'm an adult now. Finish school. Let me go after what I want.
Yeah.
And at first, my dad was kind of against it because he wanted to like help me into the world.
Yeah.
But it was a world that he wasn't really familiar with.
Yeah, because of how things are here as compared to there. Yeah.
And so he was telling me about his experiences, and I'm like, Dad, when we first came here, I can understand how your experience was, but that's not how it is right now.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't understand that. And so I just left, right? It was good, bad-ish terms.
Yeah.
Because he was scared that I was going to go waste my life pretty much.
Yeah.
Partying, drinking, all that shit. But then he realized that I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
Because I told him, like, yo, I don't do any of that. I don't do drugs. I don't drink, smoke, none of that. That's not me. And so at 18, I pretty much went on my own, lived on my own for the first time. And they were telling me, like, yo, you're going to fail and then come back. And I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that.
Not trying to grovel back to your parents and be like, yo,
yeah, cause
I need like, you because, yeah, I feel you.
At that point, when you go back, it's like you made no progress, like you failed.
Yeah.
And so to me, I had to prove something.
Yeah, because that wasn't an option.
Yep. And so I went and I met people, made connections like what you did, you know what I mean? It's very important to make connections and utilize the people that you meet to try to advance.
I feel like the biggest thing on, like, just to branch off that is to understand that needing help is not a sign of weakness. Because a lot of people nowadays, and I'm still learning this, trust me, people offer me help on the daily. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take it. Yeah. But to take it, I feel like I'm weak. And that's something I need to get off my mind and need to understand that, yo, this person's helping you because they genuinely want to help you.
But I think you got to differentiate the two. There's helping for trying to get something in return, and helping for genuinely trying to help you.
How can you differentiate the two?
I think you got to be really observant.
Okay.
Read people, I guess, and I guess I got that ability from just watching people, especially in a club scene where everything's kind of
hazy.
It's intensified, okay, because people's true natures really come out, and then they hide behind the "I was drunk." You know what I mean?
Yeah, for you.
So I watched that really carefully, and so you can use that in your everyday life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for you. Yeah.
And so at first I was very naive. Okay, I've made a lot of mistakes where they've come around and really hit me hard. You know what I mean? So experiences and having a little bit of a maybe let's not trust everyone.
Okay.
Okay, because the world isn't as friendly as you might think it is.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own little motive that they want to get something out of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you experience it, you understand it. When you're told about it, you're like, cool, yeah, but I don't understand it. And you don't really get it until you actually experience it.
Yeah.
So hear it, understand it, and look out for it.
Okay.
This is the only thing I could tell you. Try to understand it and look out for it.
Okay, yeah.
So when you see it, recognize the signs and be like, cool, let me be careful here because this could potentially be one of those. He helps me and then I'm stuck.
No, 100%.
You know what I mean?
And I'm getting that because last year I could say that was the year I went through it.
Yeah.
I wasn't very true to myself. Bro, the amount of mistakes I made last year, bro, let me tell you, like with women, with clubbing, like everything just started to slowly sink in this year. There was a point where, like, even now, you see when I come to clubs, I don't drink. I sit there and I say, yeah, I'm sober, bro. I'm literally, and you're like, yeah, you know, because people, well, my age, obviously, they sip up. Even when I tell my friends, yo, like, I'm not sipping today, they look at me and they're like,
it's weird.
Yeah, like, yeah. I'm like, no, because, like, I genuinely want to be in control with myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm starting to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's not because, I'm trying to be better than anyone. That's not the point. For me, the reason I want to do that is because I want to better myself and I want to observe.
Yeah.
Like, when you were talking about how you observe within a club setting and you realize how people really act, bro, that is so true.
Yeah.
Like, man, like, I don't know how many times some people can make a fool of themselves. Yeah. And especially last year when I was seeing someone, I made a mistake once, and within that mistake, I made that excuse of, oh, I was drunk, etc. And bro, like when I sit back and reflect upon it, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have any reason for your actions to disrespect someone or just act like an idiot. And I think it just takes you to mess up to understand.
Yeah. I think it's important to recognize that when you're in states like that, that is your decisions, and you're making those decisions. And people are quick to kind of like trying to escape the consequences that comes with those decisions.
Yeah.
By saying I was drunk.
And I feel like this is, man, you know, something that's actually shocked me, which is that with everything, or like anyone, if a mistake is made, and I'm not gonna say I'm excluded because this happens, I do it. I'm still young. Don't get it twisted that just because I do all this doesn't mean, you know, I'm not making mistakes. Bro, I'm making bad mistakes. Like, but my point I'm trying to get at is that whenever you mess up or you make a mistake, the best thing for you to do is just own up to it.
100%.
Don't sit there saying, oh, like, this is the reason as to why. I still do it every now and then. Don't get it wrong. But it's not right of me too.
When you know you're making the mistake, I think you've come to terms and accepted what the consequences might be.
Yeah.
It's people who make the mistakes and think that
there's no,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So
like they're trying to lie to themselves.
100%.
Yeah.
And so they're shocked when they have to deal with the consequences. It's like, bro, what do you mean, bro?
Yeah, you saw this coming. Like, why are you acting like? Nah, I feel you 100%. And that's something, like I said, because I'm still learning. Like, I don't know at your age, sitting at where you are right now, how many of them you've made, but bros, I'm starting to make a fair few.
Oh.
Last year was that awakening point where I was like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
Like,
it's important to go through them, but it's also important to understand
the whole circumstance. Like,
yeah, like why you're making those mistakes, and like,
the lesson you've taken from it.
100% learn the lessons.
Yeah.
All right, because if you don't learn the lessons, then you're just going to repeat it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Now, I've had to cut out a lot of friends along the way because they were that for me.
Yeah.
And it was like promises of, let's build this together. But then they just use you. And since I was so hungry for success, I wanted to like, yeah, let's jump into that. Yep, I'm going to help you. Yep. And they're like, oh, I don't have the funds for this right now. Can you cover me? Can you cover my part? Yeah, say less because you're going to pay it back. You know what I mean? So I was naive in that sense.
Yeah.
And so I put up the funds for my part and his part as well. And then it went to nothing.
Yeah. Because one, you'd never give it back. And the end result was.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so when people are comfortable with not working, it's hard to get money off them. Yeah. Because like, where are they going to get the money from? And so like, you don't have the money. Like,
for me, I feel, and this is, sorry to cut you off, Des, I feel like besides just working and financially, let's say we're doing a partnership, yeah? Let's say you put in the finances. For me, I feel like the utmost someone else can do is put in the work. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like having that trust. Like, yeah, like let's say you've got a spare 1G to put into a project. Yeah. And like, I know this is bare nothing, but let's say you have like a 1G and you're like, all right, I want this guy to work for me or work with me. And you sit down, you have a conversation with him and you're like, all right, look, I trust you enough for you to repay me with work. Do you get where I'm coming from? I feel like the equivalent to finances is time and effort.
Yeah, but see, most people, when they go through and they speak about creating something together, right, it's 50-50 right in the middle. Yeah. All right? And so if I tell you, I don't have the finances right now, can you get me? In my head, we're still 50-50. Yeah. It's not, oh, you got the finances, you already put in a lot on your part, and now to compensate for that, I'm going to work in this other part of the project to kind of like
even it out.
That's not what they think. They think, I'm going to get you back, but we still got to do this 50-50.
Yeah. And okay. I get where you're coming from. But no, 100%. Actually, I'm not even going to, because that's true. I think the scenario I'm thinking of is if I say, okay, I can't do this, but I can do this for you. It's a compromise. I feel like that's more of a compromise than a get back. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't even know how to put it, but do you get where I'm trying to come from?
Yeah, 100% do. I think, but that's a conversation that needs to be had before going forward.
Yeah.
All right. So say, I can help in this aspect of whatever it is that we want to do, but my only problem is I don't have the funds.
Yeah.
And so, leave this to me. Can you cover the funds? That's a partnership that has roles for each party.
For both, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like, after that discussion is had, then what I was saying comes, 100%.
Because then you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't have the skill sets that you have. And so I'm going to leave that job to you.
Yeah.
I'll cover us with the funds.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, cool, we're partners, but we're doing different things. And so the end result is where it's like, cool, we finally got where we want to be. Now we can go 50-50.
And I feel like that's a big part. And like, not speaking on women because we're not women, but speaking from a man's perspective, I feel like that's heavy. You have to hold on to your words with that one. Like
100%.
Your word is your bond.
You got to pick your partners very wisely.
Yeah.
Like women. Especially when it comes to like business.
Yeah.
All right. You can't go into business with someone who is not consistent.
Who's your partner at the moment for your podcast?
Tariq or Will. And I've seen, he's a young kid as well. And he's got that drive. And so that's what, for me, I'm like, you know what?
How old is Tariq?
He's 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's still slightly older than me. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, I seen that he was really determined to get what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Okay. And for me, I've always been the type of person that if we make plans, I'll just like, here. If that's what we're doing, here you go.
Yeah.
All right. Because I've already calculated in my head. I've put the funds aside. I'm like, cool. We're doing this next week. Cool. Yep. There it is.
I feel like you're very, what you do is very similar to my partner, Harry. So he was meant to come. I think he might show up later. He went to the gym, actually, put in a bit of work first. I said, bruv, don't stress. I got this one. Yeah. But for him, he's more financially stable, and I can say that one because he's not studying. Yeah. He's working full-time as a carpenter. So you're a plumber, he's a carpenter, you're both doing trade. For me, it's that the reason why I brought up that example is because financially, he's more into it, and I'm more in effort. If you watch all the videos, everything, that's me. That's the work I put in. He said, he literally, like, I remember before we started, I said, bro, I was like, this would be a good idea, but I can't. Like, I know I can't. Like, I can try giving you and putting in the effort if that's what you want. He looked at me, literally, he's like, I remember, he put his hand on my shoulder, like, he was my father speaking to me, and he's like, bro, don't stress.
Yeah.
He's like, all I want you to do is put in the work for me. Yeah. And that's what I've done. Like, realistically.
And that partnership just works.
Bro, it just does because he knows that I'm not going to fail him or I'm not going to let him down. Yeah. Because the amount of work I put into Audacious, a lot of people come up to him. And I remember, like, I think even though we haven't done it for a couple months, recently he came, I think it was 2 months ago, he came up to me. He's like, bro, he's like, someone just came up to me, like saying, like, you're the guy from Audacious. Yeah, I was like, bro, I was just saying, you're him, you know what I mean? Yeah. But that partnership works. And I think that's very similar to you and Tariq because I know that you're probably trying to learn off him, but he's doing more the technical side of things, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, in terms of, so we both have different skill sets.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, he's really good with computers and technology.
Yeah. So that's my role to play with this. Yeah. Yeah.
So, in that aspect, I'm like, cool, that's all you. We can split the roles, and I'll handle the people side of things.
Yeah, because you go out and you network.
Yeah, so I can network.
So that's where, for me, I've got double those roles. So I think that's why Harry didn't mind putting as much finances as he did because he's like, bro, you got the rest. Like, bro, I go out, network, as you can tell, and then after that, the technical side is on me. Set up, set down, edit, release, everything's on me for the rest. So I think in Harry's head, he's like, bro, money is literally nothing if you're going to be carrying stuff. Because there was a point in time as well where all this equipment, I carried it straight to the city and back. And that's what I was doing to put in the work.
Dedication.
Yeah. And that's why when you asked me, I was like, bro, you like the work that I put in for the podcast. And like, this is why when people come up to me and they say, and this is why I condone you because you're actually getting back on it. I told you, you have to. Because the people that want to say they're going to, if they're going to do something, they have to put in the work in. And this is, I think this is a message that we have to put out for men because nowadays they say they're going to do something, they don't do it. They don't stand on business. This is something.
We are weaker as a society.
100%. And this is something that I need to learn as well. So by the time this episode would come out, I would have come back from Perth. But there's a few things I want to put in order after I clear my head out of this state. Because a lot of my problems come from being here. Let me be honest with you. Like, there's people you can meet, good people, and there's some people that can get you into just rah, and you just want to settle. I want peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Main reason I'm going to Perth.
Yeah.
Like, I kid you not, bare reason why I'm going is because it's just quiet. Like, even like their clubs or like their events and stuff is peaceful, man. As compared to here, like I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think you need to do what you feel is best for you to kind of level yourself. No one else is going to do that for you.
I think that's the hardest thing that I have though, which is accepting that what I'm doing is right.
Yep.
Rather than someone telling me, you're doing a good job.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's because, I'll be honest, even though my old man's in the other room, I think it's because I've always sought out parental validation. So it was a bit different to what you were doing. You were like, I'm going to prove them wrong. For me, it's like, tell me I'm doing right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're both going in the same direction.
Very similar, yeah?
Okay, because I'm sure you look up to your dad
100%.
in the same light that I look up to mine. Mine circumstances might be a little bit different to yours because I have so many siblings.
Yeah, I've only got 2. Not even, perhaps not even half the amount that you have.
It was more like I didn't want them to have to worry about us when we're older because in my head I'm like, I'm going to make sure that I retire you. I'm going to make sure that all of us go on and get good careers and then retire you guys early.
Yeah.
That was in my head. That's my plan. I wanted, and I still want to do that. And having that many siblings, everyone working, 10 siblings, bro, like $100 a week, right?
Yeah.
That's $1,000 right there. We can just
plus uniform and everything else. That
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so like
we
could really put all that money and help the parents.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was my vision. All right. So getting out of the house was like essential.
It's step one, so that you take some of the load off them.
100%. And with me, I took my brother, and I got 2 more siblings who are still in school. And my plan is the minute they finish school,
take them with you as well.
I'll take them. So I want the parents to not worry about us and just worry about living.
No, 100.
And then to get to a point where, hey, you don't got to worry about work no more.
Yeah.
That there is my goal. That's my dream.
Did you, because you're doing plumbing now, did you study and work at the same time? Or was it like apprenticeship?
An apprenticeship. So an apprenticeship goes for 4 years. 3 years you go to school and you're working at the same time. I chose an apprenticeship because you're studying and getting paid at the same time. Because
if not, perhaps how you paying bills? That's what I was about to ask. Like that must have been rough. Were you doing share house when you first started?
100%.
Yeah.
See, I came here with because I'm originally from Adelaide.
Yeah.
All right. I came here with 2 other guys. All right, from Adelaide, and they wanted to get a house, and I'm like, bro, that's stupid. All right, because we're broke as hell right now. Okay. Now think about it. There's 3 of us right now. If we're to get a house, we're gonna get beds. We're gonna get couches, furniture. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that goes into a house that you're not taking into consideration right now.
If you get a share house, they provide some of that
everything's
stuff.
Everything's already there.
The rent is still cheaper than
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm like, right now, early, while we're still trying to kind of like
find your feet. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's get into a shed house. Okay. Stack the cash a little bit. And then if we want to move into a house, all of us together, then put all those funds together and get everything we need for the house.
Yeah.
And do it that way. They didn't want to listen. Anyways, and I'm a pretty headstrong kind of person.
Yeah, when you want something, you're going to do it.
I'm going. So I'm like, you know what? You guys do your thing. I'll do my thing. Anyways, they ended up going back to Adelaide.
And you're here.
I'm still here. Okay? So.
Now I feel you because, bro, and I think it's good. I'm a very big believer in God. And I believe everything happens for a reason. And I don't know why, but when I was going through my social media, I felt like bringing you on was the best idea, and I'm grateful I did. No. Bros, because like I think you've got some very good advice that we haven't been able to sit down and actually have a conversation about. In saying that, I don't know, I've been able to sit down and reflect on what I want to do. And I think the first thing is actually, are you Christian? Raised Christian? Yeah. Yeah. Like how are you with God at the moment?
Growing up, I was really religious.
Yeah.
Went to a Christian school and everything. And I still am. It's just difficult now to find a place to go. Everything I do, I think, and I guess even the bad, I accept the consequences that might come with it.
Yeah.
In regards to my religion. So I thank everything to God, to be honest. There was a stage where I was this close to moving back to Adelaide, and I was praying, and I was like God, like help me through this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And within like 2 weeks, bro, because at the time I didn't have an apprenticeship, and I wanted to get into modeling as well. Right?
Yeah, and
I was working at a factory. And he wasn't paying the bills, bro. Like, he wasn't really paying the bills. And I'm like, bro, I gotta get out of here. Like, and around that time, everything was just falling apart. My car, radiator blew. All right, so had to sell that. And I was riding my bike to work. Hold up.
That's right. Take time.
Yeah, so I was riding my bike to work, an hour each way. All right, God. And 100 tires, like, bro, I really went through the whole thing. And I hit a point where I'm like, bro, I can't pay rent. And I had to call into one of my good friends from Adelaide. I'm like, bro, I'm going to need you to, like, send me some money. And if he hadn't sent me that money, bro,
it would have been long.
I would have been back to Adelaide. And that week, I got a call from a plumbing job for an apprenticeship. I was like, oh, no way. Sweet. And I started on the Tuesday. And then that same week, I got accepted to an agency, like a modeling agency. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
thanks to God, man.
Everything is just like boom, boom. I was like, nah, this is no way. And yeah, the rest is history, bro. I did that for 3 years, plumbing apprenticeship. And now I'm here, bro, fully qualified. Like,
Props. No, that's good because I think I need to hear that. Like, not to like comfort me or stroke my ego, but to motivate me and let me understand.
Don't quit, bro.
Yeah, bro. The best way I can understand is from hearing from people and just knowing what they go through. I think another reason why I stopped Audacious is because I felt like I had no purpose. I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to get from it. But I think the goal from just even starting this episode and just talking to you, Des, will be hear other people's stories. Understand the value that life has and move from there. And not only that, have a little, little giggle every now and then, maybe have a few fun episodes, a few jokes, but really have a purpose to this. Because even with the content that I put out on my Instagram, you see how I do like my social media stuff, but people really get into it.
100%.
Like more than I can think of. Like, you have people that like message me and say, yo, like I've had people in high school, and I'm graduated now, yeah. They message me, they're like, yo, I'm so grateful for your message. Like, it really meant a lot, bro. I don't know you, but I'm glad it made it, bro. Even that one person makes a difference.
100%, bro. Because I think people don't hear. Our society is so comfortable with just the comfortable lies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people just tell comfortable lies, and they love hearing it. Now, if I know that you're in a bad situation and I know there's ways that I could tell you about that, I don't do it because it's like, oh, I don't want to make him feel bad.
Yeah.
That's how we operate. I don't want to make you feel bad, your feelings. It's like, no, but if I'm a true friend to you, I'll tell you, yo, I've noticed that you kind of fell off a little bit. What's going on? And then your partner might be, honestly, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But me telling you that, boom. Oh, shit.
You're actually falling off. Like, you start to realize.
I gotta go back. And we don't get that. And so when people see your message, they're like, oh, yeah, I am kind of like falling off a little bit. And so they're like, oh, bro, I'm thankful for that message.
Bro, that's literally me. And I'll keep it a buck with you, bro. I look up to you, man. Like,
Appreciate it.
I'm not stroking your ego, like trying to ride you as people will say, but bros, your gym stuff is motivational. It keeps me on. You and your boys, like bros, that's the hustle I'm trying to be on. Like, let me know, keep it a buck. You, Melly, Rye, one of Melly's friends, Bar, like, bro, you guys are crazy with what you do.
I think we're also in a different place to where you are right now. Because I think a lot of us boys have a career.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of built this life around our hobbies.
Yeah.
Okay, so I work really hard during the day because I'm all about my bag, bro. And then the time that I have off, I want to work on myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I should be working for the rest of my life for someone else. So I work on my body and I work on something on the side. So I think that's something that everyone needs to kind of like figure out for themselves, for young men anyways, especially young men. Figure out, get a nice job, all right, and use the funds from that job to finance a dream of yours and really just give it everything you got.
Yeah.
If it fails, learn from the mistakes that you made.
And I think that's, bro, that's something that, like, bro, just hearing you say that, it brings comfort to me and it means a lot, because I feel like last year that's what I did, but I fell off. Like, there was a point in time where I was going through it, and even though people say they were there for me, it didn't feel like that. Like, you know how there's a saying, I think there's so much noise, but it's still really quiet.
Yeah.
Or like, there's so many people surrounding you, but there's still no one there. That's how I felt.
Yeah. People like to fake being friends.
Yeah.
And they'll just be like, if you ever watch someone really struggling, right, there's signs, whether they're posting certain messages or reels or whatnot.
Or whether they're doing something stupid that they wouldn't usually do.
You know what I mean? So like, if you're really a friend to them, you'd pick up on that.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of people that go through that and no one ever.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's a weird vibe. I don't want to be caught up in that.
Because they think it's going to bring him down instead of...
So it's like, I'm going to stay away, let him sort out whatever he's going through. And so he's got no one to talk to because everyone's like, I'm going to let you sort that out.
Yeah.
I'm not an advocate for get your friends to help you out through situations. I reckon everyone should kind of like...
Go through it themselves.
100%.
Yeah.
Go through it. And it could either break you or make you. But a lot of the times for men, it needs to make you, bro. It really does. I think men need to go through.
I feel like, on the contrary, I feel like it has to break you before it makes you, though. Like, you know how you said you had that like that low moment where you're about to go back to Adelaide? Like, that, I understand.
Yeah.
At a young age, for 20, I get that. Yeah. I think, bro, there's been points where I've just been like, you know, when I got hit with that fee for uni, bro, I was about to turn in the towel. Let me not cap. Yeah. I told my parents even offered me, they're like, yo, do you want us to help you? Like, okay. They started off with just like, that's your responsibility. And I think after they started to realize that this is a lot, like, he probably can't do it himself. And if he doesn't, it's going to affect his future. But bro, that was the moment where I was like, you know what? I'm all in.
Yeah. Start
from zero. Like, if I have to, I have to. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And it may not seem like a lot to some people, but consider this. African households, bro, they make you do it yourself.
Yep.
Regardless of how big your family is, your parents want you to be that person.
By yourself. Yeah.
By yourself.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing in some ways and bad in others.
Yeah.
because you look at other families where the parents have set up a way for them to help their kids when they reach a certain point in their lives.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of African households don't have that. It's like if you reach that, then you're on your own regardless.
Yeah.
And if you were to ever ask for help, the answer you'd get is, I raised you to where you are right now. What more do you want from me?
Yeah, 100.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why you see certain kids that you might have gone to school with who are a little bit ahead of you, right? Because they had that help. Like there's guys I went to school with who their parents put money aside to help them with the first deposit on the house.
And
you know what I mean? So it's like, cool. You want to buy a house? Here you go, son.
Yeah.
Didn't have that. A lot of Africans don't have that. Which is why
or like where they have like I know a lot of people nowadays as well, like their parents will help them give them their first car, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people have it, some people don't. I think you shouldn't really
compare yourself.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone goes through different difficulties, right? And I think God made us in a way that each person can handle a certain amount of challenges.
Yeah.
Right? My challenges might be easy for you, and your challenges might be extremely hard. But to you, right, your challenges are easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. So like you're basically saying the comparison is different. Like what you're going through may be easy for me, what I'm going through may be easy for you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there are our own challenges. Like and you're struggling and I'm struggling. So
everyone's different, right? Because
the
thing is, I might look at someone else's challenges. I'm like, bro, that's easy. Or I might look at someone another person's challenge and I'm like, damn, bro, no chance. Like I could not handle
you could not handle that.
I could not handle that. So I think comparing other people's challenges
to yourself
it does not do you any good. So I think whatever you're going through, just understand that you are the only person that could really take that on.
Yeah.
And so like almost put it up on yourself to figure it out and come out on top. And you got to win, bro. You got to have that winning mentality. Like I got to go through whatever it is I'm going through and come out on top. Because too many times people quit and then 10 years later, like, bro, that guy's got exactly what I had. Look what he has now.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't quit, I would have been where he's at right now.
Yeah.
But you quit. And there's
like this it's a bit it's
regret than that.
Then yeah.
Quitting. Because it was hard. Do you know what's harder? Hard life.
Yeah, not having it because you didn't want to put in the work, or you just said nah, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that's where I'm at with this podcast. Because look, I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, and I'm not saying that like I don't like comparing myself when it comes to Audacious, but I can say that I've done pretty well. No, you agree?
100%, bro.
Like we've had this conversation before, and you're like you've asked me like how I did what I did. Yep. Literally, bro, I was just networking. I can yap your ear off for days, but
that's a talent, though. You know what I mean? So you're utilizing a talent that you have, and you're trying to make something out of it.
Yeah,
and bringing people together, sending out messages that aren't heard, especially now, because everyone's so caught up in whatever BS that's circulating around right now. So having these kind of conversations with people is like,
it's important.
It's refreshing.
It is. And that's why, like, bro, I'm sitting here grateful. I'm like, damn, I didn't know this conversation was going to be like this. Real talk. I came in this with a whole mindset of, we're going to talk about the gym. Literally, that's what was playing in my mind. But sitting down with you, like, bro, we have so much in common that's not, like, crazy far-fetched. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you're bestowing knowledge upon me because of what you've gone through. And I haven't obviously faced those challenges just yet. And I think that's very important. Like I asked the right questions. The answers that you have are very insightful.
Bro, these conversations needed to be had. You know what I mean? And I think people, they're quick to judge based on what your hobbies might be.
Yeah.
All right. So something like the gym for me, I find it therapeutic. I find it levels me and it calms me down, and it helps me to like really like slow down and process my thoughts, my emotions, and really go through. Otherwise, I would express them in a different way.
Yeah.
And I'd hate to ever express my emotions in a
different way as
violent
you do.
way.
Yeah. I had this conversation with someone. I'm not gonna mention who, but remember I told you I was chatting to someone, and well, I was having a conversation with someone. We'll get back to who it was later, but I was telling them today, they're like, why do you have so much patience with me, just in general? Like you never get mad. Because I'm wasting my energy on you. Not only that, like, do you really want me to get mad? Because when I get mad and then something happens, you're gonna say, you know what I mean?
I think people love testing other people's patience. All right.
Yeah.
I think when you get to a certain age, taking a step back and just reflecting instead of reacting.
Right. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
I don't know. That's just where I'm sitting at, to be honest with you. I think just hearing that other people have been through what I'm facing now, where it's like you start from zero. Like I'm not trying to like say like put you down or anything, but when literally I asked you and you were honest with me, where I was like, where were you at the age of 20? You're like, bro, I was down.
Yeah.
But like not to say oh my gosh, but like to say, okay, I understand.
See,
so
if I could go back, like if you were to ask me, if you could go back and change everything you went through, I'd tell you hell no. Because everything I went through made me the person that I am today.
Yeah.
And every challenge that I faced and the lessons that I learned from them have helped me immensely, bro. Like the way I look at life now, even to like 3 years ago, the 3 years me compared to the me of right now, totally different. And I reflect on even the relationships that I had, right? And I've come to the realization that, yes, I went through what I went through because of the person that I was, and I deserved what I got.
Yeah.
So I've fully accepted that I was not the best version of myself. And right now, I'm still learning. But currently right now, I am the best version of myself. So obviously, I have boundaries that I won't let anyone try to step over.
Yeah.
And so to some people that might come across arrogant, but I know what I want. I understand myself now more than I've ever.
I think that's something I need to get in tune with, because there's certain boundaries that I put up, and bro, they're easily broken because I'm too compassionate. I feel like instead of actually caring for myself, I care for other people more than like there'll be. And I was actually gonna bring this up. We don't have much time. I have like 5 minutes, but I want to quickly brush on it. Where I think nowadays women take so much advantage of your kindness and they disrespect you. And I want to know how you handle that. Like when you're in a situation where a woman disrespects you.
A woman's disrespect is probably the worst thing that you could experience as a man.
Yeah.
So if you were to ever get disrespected, watch how the disrespect happens. Because if the disrespect happens and you continue to go into a relationship with that person,
Yeah.
don't be surprised if it happens again in the future.
Yeah.
Unless you guys talk about it and you solve.
Yeah, because the reason why I say this is because from my perspective, it'll be like either they'll bully you or they'll try and change you into a man that they want instead of the man that you're trying to become. If you get where I'm coming from.
I do. And I think if she's trying to change you, bro, then she's not for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Most women will look at the person that you are
Mm.
and they can see where you're going.
Yeah.
And they'll fall in love with that. They're like, oh, wow, you're really like outgoing, you're this, you're that, you're ambitious. I love that. And so like when you would, if you were to explain to her your plans of the future, she can see that, and it reflects on the kind of person that you are.
I think as a man or upcoming man, I could say, I think the role and the hardest part for me personally is sticking to that. It's like you've set your boundaries, you've set what you want, and you've set how you want to become. But at the end of the day, like that compassion, man, like I don't know how to put it to you. Like I don't know if you've ever faced a challenge where you're like, damn, I really care for this person.
Yeah. Until you face the ugly side of that, it's going to be hard to get over.
Yeah.
Because right now you might feel a certain way and you want to help and you want to be this person, until it bites you in the ass. You won't understand not to do that.
Yeah, like sometimes you just got to turn it down.
You have to, bro. There's boundaries that it's protecting yourself. So if I go in this on this path with this person in this way, that it's going to hurt me.
Yeah.
So you have to recognize those signs and be like, you know what? No. And this is what I want. This is the kind of person I am. We either sit down, talk about a way that we can both coexist and pursue this relationship together, or we part ways. Otherwise, if you don't have that conversation, which most people don't have that conversation, and they just get in a relationship and then they break up and they're confused as to why it didn't work out.
Yeah.
You guys never spoke. You never communicated your boundaries. So conversation needs to be had. Most people are so afraid.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem. Having that fear of what's going to happen next after that conversation happens.
Yeah.
Losing, I think it's the fear of losing someone or the fear of losing that person.
Yeah. Which
shouldn't be the case, but it can be a challenge.
If you're scared to lose them, then you never had them.
Wait, say that again. I'm deep in that one. Run it back.
If you're scared to lose them, then you never had them, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to be secure in the person that you choose.
Mm.
So your vetting process to getting them needs to be like, this is your boundaries that we're talking about. They got to meet your boundaries, bro. They cross all the, you know what I mean? They got to be the person. And if they're not, have that conversation, see if they're willing to at least change some things about their lifestyle.
To come to a
middle ground where you both are giving something up for the sake of the relationship.
There's a word, and the words on top of my head, I can't even think.
Yeah. So, if you guys can't have that conversation, bro, it's not going to work. It's really not. And this is on your part as well.
Yeah.
Like, she might have boundaries that you might need to consider. Because I know for most men, they might be headstrong about never moving. It's my way or the highway.
Or the highway, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that shouldn't be the case.
It shouldn't be the case. It needs to be a conversation that you both have.
I think for men, the biggest trouble with that is the emotional side of things, where they just don't want to, they don't want to, generally, like, they don't want to express themselves when something's going wrong. And I think that counts with, like, when they've done something wrong.
Once you've established that communication between you and your partner, bro, then anything that comes up that might be hard to speak about should be easy.
Easy.
You know what I mean? Because you have that understanding.
Yeah.
I fucked up. And I'm going to tell you right now, I fucked up. Can we go past it? Can we really, get past this?
Yeah.
If we can, then damn, bro.
Then we can conquer anything.
Then, because I think that the problems that people have in, especially, early stages of a relationship, are minuscule to what problems you'd have.
There's more to come in, marriage.
Marriage and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can't go past these little tiny problems that you're having early in your relationship, bro, then don't even think about marriage. I would not think about marriage. So you need to be comfortable to be able to talk about these tiny little problems. And I've only realized that now, that I need to have that kind of the level of communication.
Yeah, communication is very important. And I know we hear it a lot, but I guess it doesn't hit you till it hits you.
Bro, you gotta put it out there. Like, you need to just lay everything out. And I want my partner to be able to express themselves the same way. Because sometimes I can't see like what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So tell me. Like, come to me and tell me, hey, this happened and it made me feel X, Y, and Z. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And sometimes all it is just a misunderstanding. And one conversation will fix that. But we don't talk no more. What we do is we just make up things in our head about what they could have been going through.
Yeah, the whole assumption.
Yeah, what they could have been thinking when they made that decision, even though like it's completely unrelated to whatever it is that you're thinking. All right.
Yeah.
And now we've created this story in our heads.
Yeah, and then one's more outrageous than the other.
Yeah. And now we're reacting on those the stories that we've made in our heads, and now we're all emotional, and we don't come to you correct to try to like have a conversation because we're all riled up. And so now you're mad, and then he's mad as like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we don't even know where the source of this problem is.
Yeah.
And so now we're fighting, and we're just fighting past each other. There is no understanding.
Yeah.
Because no one is willing to stop and just like, cool, what are you talking about? Explain to me what it is that you're so mad about. I don't want to do that because I'm mad. And that's why.
And I think that's the biggest part of being a man. You just have to settle.
Bro, just calm down. Okay? Just calm down. Hear what she's saying. And then ask the questions. If you're not sure, ask the question, where is that coming from?
Yeah.
What did you see to get that? And then if you messed up, cool. My bad. I thought this, so I did that. I should have checked with you. I didn't know that it was going to make you mad. Now that I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Boom.
Damn. Man, literally solved my problem in like 30 seconds. But hey, it's experience. I'll give it to you. It's experience. You've been through it, yeah. Yeah, bro. So like, I can't discredit like your experience because but man, I don't know. I never saw it like that.
Yeah.
Like I know I've attempted it, but I've never seen it in the perspective that you just opened my eyes to. And I think it just takes another man to have that conversation with you in order for you to sometimes see it. Either that or you learn it through yourself, obviously.
Bro, it's hard. I think a lot of men don't want to have a conversation where
they seem weak.
They admit that they're wrong. Okay, because when you admit that you're wrong, you expect your partner to be mad at you, and then now it's this weirdness in the air. But if you have an open communication with your partner, bro, there shouldn't be that. It's cool. You make mistakes. I make mistakes. Let's move past it. If you guys can't move past your mistakes, don't be together, bro.
Facts.
Like, don't be together. If you cannot go past your mistakes, don't be together because you're going to make a lot more. We're humans,
on the way,
bro.
yeah.
We're humans. We're going to make so much mistakes.
There's, like, bro, today, I don't know, like, I think we're coming to an end, but, bro, I'm so grateful that you took time out of your day to, like, generally come and speak to us. And I think, bros, I have to have a chat with your partner as well, and we might get something sorted on your channel. I hope you guys 100%. With your stuff as well.
No, we'll get
and bro, I'm hoping we can like exchange, 100%. Knowledge, etc., bro. Because I think we need another episode. Like,
for sure.
Generally, I think this is a lot of things that people just need to hear. I still want to listen to your birthday episode. Actually, boy's birthday was recently as well. So, bros. Yeah. Happy birthday for that once again.
Thank you.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It just really opened my eyes. Like something I can just sit and dwell on as I go on my trip tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, thanks once again for coming on Audacious, man. It actually means a lot. And I think the viewers will get a lot of insight from this as well, man.
Thank you. You guys tune in for sure.
Yeah.
This is good.
Tune in on this podcast as well. What's it called again?
Straighten Out Podcast.
Straighten Out? Yeah. What made you guys like come up with a name?
We want to get straight to the point.
Yeah.
On every topic. All right, so like no holding back, no filters.
And that's very similar to Audacious. That's why the name came out. Audacious means like just it's outrageous. Like it's just straight to it. Like no dilly-dallying.
No sugarcoating because
100%
people want to eat that shit.
100%. With my episodes now, I think I'm gonna try and make them as raw as possible.
100%.
Edit every now and then, like try and shorten it or like but as far as I'm concerned, it's more raw.
Yeah.
But Des, once again, thank you for coming on. Guys, this is Audacious. Hope you guys enjoyed episode. I think it's 22, 23. It's been a minute since I did this, so bro, let me hold you. Yeah. But you guys are coming back with episodes. What are you guys up to, like 6 now?
Bro, we've just started, bro.
Oh, well, bro, there's more to come still.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I saw your story and I was like, bro, I'm excited to watch this episode. What was it about?
We've shot one with my business partner's his cousin.
Yeah.
That they have a podcast, and so we wanted to get a couple on, and then just talk about their relationship.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But soon we're gonna get another one of my friends on the business part of the podcast, where we want to talk about his business and how he started. And whatnot.
No, I think that's gonna be good, man. Like really insightful to the young ones, especially that are watching.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good.
But
We'll get you on as well on the
bro,
dating.
just let me know. I think it would be good to compare your age, like your generation to mine, and see what's changed. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the scene's different now. So
bro,
it's good to have you.
Let me tell you, it's different, of course. But yeah, Des, once again, thank you for coming.
Pleasure.
Thank you guys for tuning into Audacious, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, day, or night. Take it easy.
Peace.
Peace.